Hello survivors, welcome to a brand new Soulstone survivor video. Today we are going to be playing with the Radiant Hounds. The way that this works is we are going to need the ancestral totems so that we can get as much radiance as possible. It is going to give our doggos radiance as well, and a really cool little thing is we can use any weapon we want. It doesn't really matter, it just affects the dogs differently. So like this one they'll apply shattered, this one they apply wound. It doesn't really matter too much which one we use. I like wound just because then we can do a lot more negative effects to enemies. However, I think shattered is going to work the best. We do get a lot of critical damage, cast frequency, movement speed, and multicast already. And you know, it's a new weapon, so why not use it? That is a legendary as well. So that's that. We're going to be using this one with the cute little, I think it's supposed to be a golden retriever, but yeah. Anyway, we've got ourselves reroll mastery, skill mastery chaos, skill mastery arcane, because we are going to be just using the totems as well as buffs to buff up our doggos. And then we're running advanced tactics, efficiency focus, elemental power, and devastating blow. We're going to try it on the void field, sigil of the void +5. This is a little bit of a weird build, but it's going to be fun regardless because the doggos are going to be extremely powerful. It's going to be a little bit difficult to get what we're looking for though. And we are looking for, I think it is Volks and Vivolt first, because they are radiance to finesse. Alright, got to turn those visuals on, you know. Don't want to start that just yet. We do need at least to get the ancestral totem up and running. Now, the one thing about the Houndmaster is if you do have his ascension and you do have his artifact power, you get both feral awakening, so you get increased damage, cast frequency, crit chance, and movement speed for the dogs, as well as increased damage, cast frequency, movement speed, and area for them. So kind of like double dipping into the stats. They become very, very, very strong because of that. And then that also buffs radiance on the dogs as well. So pretty cool little, you know, neat little trick that we can use to get the doggos to do a lot of damage, especially with specific skills. So there's arcane power, that's perfect. What's really nice is we can actually use it to buff the dogs because it applies to allies. As you can see, the dogs have the effect around them when it goes off, and that's going to give them multicast chance as well, which makes them that much stronger too. Okay, can we get them to level 4? Yes, we can. Perfect. And then we'll start the boss fight, and they should have a whale of a time against those bosses. There's the ancestral totem, and that's it. The game is over, ladies and gentlemen. We have won. Okay, I'm going to banish Leviathan. Grab the cast frequency. Cast frequency is just going to be used for our skills to activate faster. But there you go. We got our Kamehameha dogs going off. We do need area of effect, of course, on the actual radiance. Not on radiance, sorry, on the actual totem, so that when the dogs are not near you, they're still going to gain access to it. Okay, there's Bloodlust. Fantastic. Everything is up and running the way we want it to be. We got the skills. We get the area of effect. Beautiful. Potency for both of these is fantastic. And we just need our doggos to be close to us. And there we go. So as you can see, they also gain radiance. And then we use the elemental power for the multiplicative damage. And then the efficiency focus, so we need less radiant stacks. Now we just got to work on cast frequency and picking up dog bones.
Fragments mine. Keep shooting.
Just going to pick up some other stuff here. Sorry, not pick up anything. We're just going to head over to the next objective. More potency is good. More area of effect is great. Multicast as a base stat's good. And then cast frequencies. We don't need the duration. We already, I mean, we just need cooldown reduction on Bloodlust, and it will give us enough cooldown reduction on everything else. So we don't really need the duration on any of them, maybe on Bloodlust, but I don't think we actually need to worry about it too much.
Another fragment. Keep hunting, boys.
Let's see if we... No, we couldn't make it, unfortunately. Wanted to try and get to level 5 before the reset. But it is what it is. We do need more movement speed, but we should be fine. Area of effect is increased. More magnetics good. +2 and area is also very good for us. And I mean, we don't have Divine Legacy, ladies and gentlemen. So the fact that we just got a double legendary over there is absolutely bonkers. So some very good luck coming in from us, or for us over there.
One step closer to the Titan.
Alright, let's go. So we're not popping it as like often as we would if we played with totems. But what we are doing is popping it at a range or at a more potent damage, because the dogs do more damage. Because they still scale like minions as far as I know. And then they also get the additional benefits from your ascension and other things. So very, very strong. Or maybe they don't. Actually, I don't know if they do count as minions. Don't quote me on that. Okay, we get another +2 over there. So we're going to grab that. We do get the potency. This is extremely lucky, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think we're going to get something this lucky again. Also, we got the cast frequency now, so we don't need cast frequency on anything anymore, or maybe on the Ancestral Empowerment. But now we just need to focus on one surviving, which, by the way, I forgot completely because of... Look at our dogs attacking this guy with the Radiance. So the only thing is that it feels like they're a little bit weaker than they should be, and that's because we don't have the artifact power. We don't have the ascension up. But once that starts to kick in, you'll see that they start doing more damage.
Bottle it up, your blood is mine. Let's hunt for more.
Okay, perfect. So we wanted the Radiance to finesse. We do grab it. And the other things that we start to look at are now going to be Shattered on hit. Even though they do apply Shattered already, which is a bit of a hidden mechanic, we can actually go Exposed then. Let's do Exposed first, then we'll do the Cobalts again, and then we will do Shattered on hit, so that the Radiance applies the Shattered again. But now they're gaining Finesse as well, so that they get the multicast chance. They're just becoming very strong overall, just generally. Okay, we are going to have to reduce the cooldown of the towers. As you can see, they do land up not being active for the entire time. So we do need to work on that. Otherwise, it's going to be a bit of a problem. We do get them to level 4, which now makes things better. By the way, this would be a much stronger build in Overlord cycles because the amount of food you get is far larger. So you're going to have their artifact power as well as their ascension up far more often.
Keep hunting, boys.
You do get food a lot easier when you're playing in higher Overlord cycles than Titan Hunt. Okay, potency upgrades, critical strike chance for the dogs, more damage, more lethality. Yep, we're getting there. Armor's good, cast frequencies are good. We want potency there, more crit, more movement speed. I am going to lower the visuals slightly because it is destroying my eyes just a little bit.
Closer to the Titan.
I think that's slightly better. Alright, and as long as we can keep the food up, as you can see, we absolutely demolish everything. The only problem is we're going to lose one layer of the food, so we're going to go down to 4. And that's the other thing, is like bosses will seem like you don't do damage, and it's because you just don't have the food to do anything. So we drop down to 3, we go back up to 4. And this is the last one before the boss. So we'll go back all the way down to 0.
Fragment's mine. Keep shooting.
Okay, more potency. I should have gone for the area damage, but that's okay, because that is technically potency. But what we're doing is just scaling as much potency on the buffs as possible, getting ourselves more buffs ourselves. Oh, we should have banished that. I need to banish the cast frequency. Even without the bloodlust, now you can see we're actually at a really low cast frequency for the arcane power. So we no longer need a cast frequency on them. Whoa, calm down. We might lose a life here. Nope, we survived. Okay, we still need more cast frequency on the totems, as you can see. Try and do what we can with our doggos, and there we go. Okay, so we didn't lose our life. That is fantastic. Go here, potencies, multicast, and then we're looking for exposed. I'm hoping that does something for us, and we're going to look at starting getting a bit of defenses along with offenses for our character. We're going to do the kobolds again for the devastation power up, and then we'll go from there.
We hunt. Tomorrow, we feast. Let's go.
A much bigger difference even as soon as you've got like a single level to the hounds. Just that additional damage that they get makes things go crazy. So as soon as you get them to a much higher level, like this one where you're doing 118% damage, it makes a big difference. We should be able to see it on the bosses here. Okay, lots of levels. Area of effect's going to be good. Just damage, multicast. Let's grab some defenses. We still need that. Potency, armor, more movement speed's good. Armor. We don't need the duration. A +1 over there is good as well. And as soon as the dogs go to the bosses, as you can see, absolutely melts them. We also get double golden food there, which makes it very nice. That's what doing the bosses when you're playing with the Houndmaster is actually pretty good, as long as they actually drop the golden food. Then you're in for a little bit of a treat. But sometimes they don't always drop it. Like here, they only dropped 1. So elites and bosses are the ones that you want to defeat with this build, but unfortunately, they're not guaranteed. That's why in the beginning I said Overlord cycles are much better for this build. And you can always turn it down if it's too much for you visually.
One step closer to the title. More fragments. That's what we need now. Treasure's out. Trouble's coming.
There's the... I thought the mine was the objective, but it wasn't. I don't know how this boss fight's gonna go. It's gonna be a bit of a weird one. I'm actually a little bit worried here.
Keep hunting, boys.
But let's do the best we can. Damage increases, potencies are what we need. I'm gonna get some life and defenses here as well. We don't need the cast frequency. What's really nice here is like now we're just getting these base stats. You know, it's not stuff that you would normally find otherwise. So even like multicast, I don't think we need it anymore because one, we can't multicast anything except the totems. You can't multicast buffs. And the other thing is like now it's taking up a little bit of too much of our space. Also area of effect, we no longer need it. So get rid of that. And now we're left with like potencies, +2s. We're getting some damage for the dogs, which is amazing. and then a lot of defenses here as well, which is beautiful to see. So very, very good upgrades there. We actually got 90% increased damage for the dogs, a modifier on them, which as far as I understand does increase the modifier of radiance as well, but I could be wrong there. Well, we definitely did more damage than we previously did, so it's definitely working some way, shape, or form. Okay, perfect. There's the devastation rune. Or devastating passive. Sorry, not a rune. And then we'll go get shattered. Even though the dogs already apply it, we might as well apply more using the radiance. And this has actually been a really fast run. It's actually deceptively fast.
Another fragment. Keep hunting, boys.
I just noticed now the time. Like, this is actually disgustingly strong. Okay, we got some levels into the dogs now. We actually got a triple legendary food there. So that's super helpful at getting our doggos power up.
One step closer to the type.
There we go. Is there... Oh, no, there was one. Good, good. I used to hate this corner, but with some builds like this one, it really doesn't matter. We'll grab the area, crit, plus another 2 to the totems, multicasting totems, grab some HP there. We got 202 cast frequency for the buffs. We could only grabbing area of effect because the buffs do need to hit the doggos, and if the dogs aren't close enough to us, it's not going to hit them. So grabbing area of effect on the buffs is going to make a big difference, and you do actually want it so that they do benefit from gathering the buffs as well. So just so you know, okay, Brooke, why are you actually taking it if your unit is right next to you? It's just for the doggos to be able to get the buff more often. Okay, we're actually level 6. Look at that beautiful number over there with the 6 reward level on the dogs. Remember, we're going to add on the feral awakening as well, and then they do massive amounts of damage. Okay, again, defenses. Ooh, another dash is good. Laugh. Another quantity. Those doggos are going crazy. We're actually getting 10 of them. Okay, unfortunately, we can't choose where we hit. But as you can see, I think the dogs do have cunning, even though it doesn't say anything about it, because they've been focusing on the Titans the entire time. Alright, shattered on hit, just because they do have more armor. Well, they've got some armor now. I thought maybe the sigil would increase armor, but it doesn't. Just remember, this is +5, guys. Like, normally when I do these silly builds, they struggle with +5. And here we are, Sigil of the Void, about to go and defeat the Void King in under 15 minutes with a build that isn't even using damaging skills, except for, obviously, Radiance. We do have Fragility as well, so we could have gone Fragility to whatever else, like, I think it was with the Midorak or with the Cobalt Brothers, but it didn't really benefit us in any way, shape, or form as much as doing this was.
Time for the final hunt.
Okay, doggos, let's go.
The shield will break. Won't be long now.
We just need you at +1, and then you start doing a whack ton more damage. Okay, +2, perfect. Let's go. Follow me, my doggies. We have a boss fight here. It's going to increase our damage very substantially. My English today. I just remembered there was the corner there that we nearly got trapped in. So good thing I saw that, because I was about to run into the corner and we would have been in a lot of trouble. Alright, the only problem... Okay, it's another boss fight. I was about to say the only problem we're having is there's not enough food dropping. but luckily we've got some other boss fights happening over here. Also, if you add way too many ancestral totems or ancestral empowerments into the build, you are going to lag. So like right now, I can actually feel quite a decent FPS drop every time the totems are up. So do keep that in mind. You want to just play till you get a good amount of damage, and you don't need that much, damage to the actual totems and things like that. So health, very important. I'm not going to grab the +2. Like I mentioned, I am feeling lag. So we don't really want to have that on there because it's going to cause us problems. Also, look how big our doggos are, and that's because of our ascension. So now they are getting the 200% increased damage and all that. Unfortunately, your artifact power is working off of how often you cast your abilities. And in this case, we don't have anything that's really skill chaining or multicasting often or anything like that, which all of those type of things benefit as artifact power. We also losing some doggos. There we go. We got to another 4. A lot of boss fights happening here, which has made this one really slow. But at the same time, we get to destroy these bosses over and over again, which is always fun. Alright, last one to go, and it is not a boss fight. There we go. 16 levels, a double boss fight to go now. Let's see what we can get going. Obviously powerful strikes, get the defenses, more potency is good as well. But I think defenses are going to be very important here. So get the block, get the armor, and then a potency. I guess we could have re-rolled, but yeah, huge amounts of multicast, huge amounts of cast frequency. We nearly got the Feral Awakening up. We'll see what happens here. Obviously, it's going to be a bit slow in the... Oh, I say that, but it's actually not as slow as I thought it would be. There's quite a bit of food on the floor as well from everything else taking damage. And there we go. +5 Void Presence down. Of course, we take the damage multiplier over there. And then, again, we're just going to do damage. Just got to watch ourselves. Make sure we dodge his attacks. But unlike yesterday, we actually do have quite a lot of damage on our unit. But it's just these attacks on the floor that one-shot you that we need to be careful of. So we do get to keep our artifact, not our artifact power, we do get to keep our ascension at the same level, which is extremely helpful for damage. I also believe he does drop a food for us, maybe not, but he did before, and they keep dropping more and more food. So now we are at level 2, and as you can see, by the way, there is a bug in the game where his sweep attack doesn't get shown. But there you go. Done and dusted. We're not going to pick it up. Oh, we have to pick it up to get through the portal. But there you go. Let me know what you guys think about the build. It was a 16-minute 30 run with the Radiance doing 8.3 trillion damage with a dog bite coming second. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I thought it was a really fun little round. No passives, no healing, no negative effects, nothing like that, like poisons, or dazed or any of that juicy stuff. But yeah, it can be a lot stronger, obviously, by adding in Chromatic Bolt, getting the slow, then adding slow to disarray, disarray to disoriented, and things like that, or poison as well. So poison to dazed, and then so on and so forth. So doing that stuff can make it a bit bigger. Increasing the area of effect through brittle also makes things better, but we don't need that much area of effect. But yes, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this in the future. And always remember, keep safe, survivors. Until next time, cheers.